Okay, everyone. Well, welcome to an impromptu episode of Chill with Phil here tonight on DSPGaming. This was not intended. This was not expected. Sonic Racing Crossworlds just doesn't work. I don't know why. Probably for the same reasons as Mario Kart World, but I'm trying to play it. I'm learning it. I'm enjoying it, and the audience is just not engaged and no support. And I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? I've now tried it as a day stream multiple times, both single player and multiplayer. I tried it as a night stream. The game just doesn't work. So it is what it is. Rather than jump over to something else last minute and everyone be upset because they missed it, instead, we're just gonna do a chill with Phil here tonight. Okay? So we're just gonna hang out. We got about 80, 90 minutes, no lie, to just hang out and do whatever we want. So tag me in chat if you want to talk. Any contributions greatly appreciated. Let's hit a goal tonight. Earlier today, people chose Arby's new steak nuggets as our next subject matter of DSP Tries It. So let's get some support tonight and see if we can get towards that goal, right? Here we go. Cool. All right, so what is on everyone's mind? Tag me and ask me questions, and what do you want to talk about tonight? Jade, you have a good night. Sorry that didn't work out, Jade. You saw I tried, right? Matt, good evening. Good to see you on the stream. Congrats. Thank you for 14 years as a sub. Wow. Awesome. Thank you so much. I don't have a dream car. I don't really know or care about cars enough to have a dream car. I'm not a car guy. No, we're not bringing back Minecraft. That also failed after 4 months, and we're not bringing back old games that already failed. Sorry. Thank you, Mia. Mia says, I have a great backdrop. Appreciate that. It looks different every day depending on the lighting. Like tonight, the ghost looks super extra bright because the lighting is more dark. It really depends on what the lighting is that I pick. This is supposed to represent like dripping blood, is what this is supposed to be. Like a slowly dripping blood. I don't know if that's really what it looks like. Are there any good cheesesteak places in Washington? No. The only place I've even seen that does cheesesteaks are like chain places like Jersey Mike's, and that's decent, but it's certainly not authentic or anything. They're good sandwiches though. But no, to my knowledge, there's nowhere to really go get an authentic or good cheesesteak here. Why not quickly pivot to a game right now? Because whenever I quickly pivot to a game, it doesn't work. People leave because they're like, oh, well, I was here for Sonic and it's not working, and then they leave. And people who are like, for example, let's say right now I said, let's do Call of Duty. No one's going to show up for Call of Duty. No one was expecting me to play Call of Duty tonight. So I'll get a crowd that isn't going to watch Call of Duty. I'll be playing the game for myself. Who cares? We'll just hang out. I went to 2 different Comic Cons, Darth Fig. I went to New York Comic Con twice, I believe. And then I went to, excuse me, San Diego Comic Con. The only reason I went to San Diego Comic Con is because that was the year that they had Evo West. Okay, and that was the West Coast qualifier for Evo World Finals in Vegas. And I had made top 8 in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and the finals were held at Comic-Con, so you were actually given a free pass to go to Comic-Con because you made top 8. So I actually went to Comic-Con and walked around, had a good time, and then I was able to play in the finals, which was fun. New York Comic-Con, I just attended as a regular attendee a couple years. No, I didn't buy any comics at Comic-Con or anything like that, no. Just kind of walked around and just saw what was there. You know, it's more of a touristy thing, honestly. Unless you go into it with intentions to see a specific guest or buy a specific piece of merch, you're just more just hanging out, which is what I did. San Diego, it was nice. It was very nice weather. Pretty nice people when I went, if I remember correctly. You know how you're cosplaying as Anakin, your son is dressing as Luke. There you go. What's funny is now it's all called cosplay. Anything is cosplay. Oh, I'm dressing up, it's cosplay. Like back then, that term didn't exist. It was like, it was Halloween, you would dress up. Or if you were going to a convention, you would dress up, but it wasn't called cosplay. Now it's like a whole thing, a whole cultural thing, right? This cosplay phenomenon. It's just weird. Even to this day, to hear people say that word is like weird to me. I'm like, huh? What? Like I said, it wasn't a thing back in the day. It didn't have an official name. It was either Halloween, you're dressing up for Halloween, to go trick-or-treating or to go to a party, or you were dressing up just to attend a convention to be a themed character because that convention had something to do with the character, but it wasn't called cosplay. There wasn't a whole culture of people who just dress up all the time and try to look like stuff. There was no one filming and putting it all over the internet. There wasn't giant databases of this shit. It didn't exist, okay? Thank you to Ready Check Radio for a $10 super chat. He's referencing some Uncle Bill or something. I have no idea what that means, but thanks for $10. That's our biggest super chat of the night. Once again, I put a dollar sign. You know what? I should change this font too. Because this font does not like dollar signs. Now, a normal font that we won't get issues with dollars. I can put dollar signs back on the leaderboard now, for goodness sake. Drive me nuts. What is my favorite Sega game of all time? Oh, God. But probably my favorite Sega franchise is Sonic, and probably Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic. There you go. Ross, I already tried a full beard. I didn't like it because my whole face was itchy. So I shaved it down to just this, and this is fine. But I don't know. People are saying I did it wrong, and there's all kinds of things you can do to your skin, like have these freaking beard oils and things that make it not itch. But, you know, when I did it 15 years ago, I wasn't even aware those products existed. I'm sure they did. Today, they're way more mainstream. Like, you just go to the grocery store, and they'll be there. But I didn't even know that stuff was around back then. Vietnamese comrade says, in Vietnam, conventions work differently than the U.S. because they're all run by the government, and it's rare to see something that's run by a non-government organization. Huh? I'm sure in a lot of countries it's like that. Here, everything is run by companies, not the government, usually. That kind of stuff, pop culture stuff and stuff like that, for sure. What was my favorite Dreamcast game? Probably Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because that was the format on which you would play the game on consoles and tournaments forever. Like, seriously, for the longest time, it was always MVC2 on Dreamcast. Even though it wasn't even arcade perfect, that was just the accepted version. And that was the one that I probably played the most on the console by far. Yeah, it seems like the Sonic boat has sailed for now. Like, usually when I play a Sonic game, if it's like a mainstream Sonic game that has a lot of content, like Sonic Frontiers worked for the most part. There was sometimes there that it got boring, but for the most part, people seem to like Sonic Frontiers when I was playing it. But I don't know. Like, Sonic Racing never caught on at all. The first stream was the only one. Honestly, the first stream, people showed up and supported. After that, it was like, people just like tapped out, tuned out. Didn't really care that much about it, which is sad. I genuinely do think Sonic Racing Crossworlds is better than Mario Kart this year, but I can't make a viewing audience care, you know? No, I'm not gonna poke someone's eye out with my guns, but I will with my sharp elbows. I've always had really, really protruding sharp elbows. I don't know why. My whole life I've had them. Very weird. My bone structure is odd. My arms are incredibly long for most people. Like, look how long my arm is. Just when I stick it out to the side, look how long my arms are. This is why I can't do extended arm exercises right now. I don't have room. Or super long arms. How am I enjoying Mario Galaxy 2? It's good. I only played it the one session. I'm playing it again tomorrow, so I'll know more about it then. I feel like I'm still like in the early stages to even make a comment. Oh, the Switch is working. The problem with the Switch is it won't connect to Ethernet internet. And I have no idea why. I changed nothing. Like, literally the Switch 2 worked perfectly fine when I downloaded and played Donkey Kong Bonanza. I turned it off for what, 2 months? I turn it back on to download Mario Galaxy 2, will not connect to Ethernet no matter what I do. It connects wirelessly to downstairs internet, which I have a router on. It will not connect to Ethernet no matter what. And it's not the cable, because I tested it with another console. It works. It's not the router, because I restarted the router. It's not the modem. I restarted the modem. It just refuses to work. I have no clue what happened. So the thing is, as long as I'm playing a single-player game that doesn't have an active competitive online component, I'm good. But the moment that I go to play a game on there, like, let's say, for example, if there's a new Smash Brothers, which you know there probably will be, right? I can't play it online. It's going to lag. I can't play wirelessly. So I'm boned. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Thankfully, Mario Kart already came out and isn't good, so I don't care that I'm not playing that again. But, like, this really stinks. If they come out with another multiplayer game for Switch 2, I can't play it. I think if whatever it is, that component in there fried, and it just doesn't work. So I don't know how I'm supposed to fix that. John did a $5 super chat and says, with the recent slew of bad video games like Silent Hill F, would you do more reviews? If I'm playing a game and a lot of people happen to be asking me my opinion on said game, I always feel like it makes sense to do a video like that. Like, if you haven't noticed this year, there's several times when I did standout videos that were just to talk about what I thought about a game, whether it's initially when I first played it, whether it's after a few hours, whether it's after I beat it. It's case by case. But yeah, if there's a reason to, if I feel like there's a distinct reason to talk about a certain game or whatever, yeah, I would do that. If a Cowboy fan, hit rewind on the stream and you'll find out what happened with Sonic Racing. It's pretty simple. All right, what else you guys want to talk about? We got a while. We got an hour to hang out and do whatever you want to talk about. You guys want to get me riled up and talking about something. You typically do. Typically, one person will ask me a question, it gets me all worked up, and then I talk about it for like an hour. Thank you to Flop Flop Flunky for another 100 kicks. Appreciate that, Flop Flop Flunky. We're now up to 40 bucks of support, guys. Thank you for that. If we could get to the goal tonight, that would be amazing to get us started on our new reward for DSP Tries It, the new steak nuggets at Arby's. That would be cool. Pepsi fan, I don't necessarily think that's the case. It's very situational. You got to understand. He says, why do I think that my biggest supporters / whales seem to hate multiplayer games? I don't think that's the case. I think it depends on the game. For example, Call of Duty's doing good. Right? Like Call of Duty so far, those streams that we did at the beta did good, and we had people come by and support them. I don't know. I feel like with multiplayer, it's hit or miss. It depends on the game. It depends on the night. It's tough. It's tough because there's no real consistent reason, I don't think, that they don't consistently hit support goals. Maybe it's because it's too repetitive. Like a game like Sonic Racing is pretty repetitive. It's the same thing over and over. There's no real variation there besides pick a different race or pick a different car, right? When I'm playing Call of Duty, there's all different loadouts, completely different styles. Like I could do sniping one night, I could do melee one night, I could do LMGs versus SMGs, and it all plays different. Different gadgets, different, things you're using, and that's fun. And you can't really do that with a racing game. It might just be that. I don't know. It could just be a night that people can't show up. But in general, Sonic did fail. Like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, for whatever reason, could not get a consistent supportive audience. Only one stream that I did of it actually hit a support goal, the first one. The following two didn't, and now tonight was abysmal. So I said, enough of that crap. Anything but, seriously. I already talked about Saudi Arabia buying stuff on a podcast last week. Go watch that podcast. I'm not repeating myself. Lava Flunky said, I heard Call of Duty's doing a free 1-week trial next week. If they are, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 6, not Black Ops 7, right? I think they're doing an update. The final update for Black Ops 6 is next week, but then it's retired because Black Ops 7 is in November. Felix the Maid, I already talked about that on today's earlier stream, but I did not actually record it because this was more like building up that stream and getting attendance so we could play Silk Song. I'm sure all my detractors have already clipped it and sent it off into, the internet ecosystem. Should I quickly summarize what I said earlier today? Okay. So here's what happened. Last night, I guess, and I don't know because I didn't see it, Wings of Redemption joined my lobby, or not my lobby, my chat, to try to talk to me because apparently someone told him that I was playing Call of Duty at the same time as him. And he goes, I want to play with him in his lobby. I want to be on the same team as him. But I guess he doesn't know my ID or whatever. So I guess he joined my chat room and tried to talk, but I never saw him talk. I just saw a bunch of people spamming the chat saying, hey, he's trying to talk to you. And I was like, what? And I looked and I never saw him talk. I was like, whatever. And I just played the game. I ignored it. So supposedly the story is that he was actually trying to play with me or whatever. But then come to find out, lately this guy has been so guided on by his trolls, and he's so dumb he falls for it. So they got him saying dumb shit like, would you beat up DSP in a fight? What do you think about his wife leaving him? Dumb shit like that. And of course, everything he says is going to cause drama, right? Like dramatic shit. He falls for a hook, line, and sinker. He does. Like he just doesn't have any self-consciousness that people are baiting him into saying dumb shit. So he says dumb shit every stream now. Like it's been nonstop, like several streams now. Okay. So the truth is, I talked about it on this morning's stream, and I joked about it. I was like, you want to play with me? You want to do a collab? 5 bands. You got to give me 5 bands if you want to do a collab. Obviously, I was doing a riff on LTG saying shit like that to me, right? But anyway, in summary, to be serious now, okay? It's this simple. For years, I reached out to that guy behind the scenes. I tried to be nice to him. I tried to say nice things about him. I watched his documentaries and reacted to them in a very fair manner. Rather than making fun of him, I tried to see from that perspective. I tried to empathize with him being someone also who's been a longtime YouTuber and content creator and harassed on the internet, right? I tried to stick up for him, right? But the truth is, it's hard to really stick up for someone who treats you badly. And for years, I was like, hey, let's have a conversation on a stream. Let's play a game together. Let's do this or that. He would just ghost me. He literally would ghost me and never respond. But then in his own comment, people would ask him and he'd say, oh yeah, maybe I'll do something with DSP. Maybe I'll respond. I'll do this. He never does. He just ignores. He blows me off. He doesn't even give me respect. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, I just gave up and said, fuck this. Now, all of a sudden, They wanted me to be on Lolcow Live last month as a guest because they were running out of ideas and they needed something hot and fresh. They thought, oh, we get DSP on here. This will reinvigorate the show. So not only does Boogie message me to ask me to be on the show, but then Wings of Redemption finally, for the first time in like 3 years, responds to a DM on Twitter. And he's like, oh, well, sorry about that. I just wasn't feeling good about myself, but I'm ready to talk now. I'm like, wait, what? Now that you need me on Lolcow Live, now you're ready to talk? No, this is bullshit. It's fabricated. What happens is your master Keemstar contacted you and said, we need Phil for the show. Go talk to him. So now you're pretending to be nice to me because you want to get me on the show to make money. So basically I told him, no, if you want to talk, I'll talk direct to Keem. I don't want to talk to you. You're a liar. You're disingenuous. Okay? In the meantime, what they did is they went and did a whole show about me on Lolcow Live. That was all negative shit, all the detractor memes and all that nonsense. So I saw what was happening. They were trying to goad me into being on the show. And I said, fuck them. And I blocked them all and I'm not talking to them anymore. Like, I'm done. I'm completely done. I want nothing to do with their bullshit drama. They're trying to make a buck on my back again. No, fuck you. Make your own content. Make your own money. I don't want anything to do with it, right? So, it's very simple. Wings now, all of a sudden, wants to play Call of Duty with me after like 3-4 years of me being nice to him and saying, hey, let's do collabs, let's talk, let's do a show together, an interview or whatever. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to do it out of nowhere. Well, let's see. He just quit Lolcow Live. He can't get more than a couple hundred viewers on his own streams to stick around. He's not hitting any of his support goals at all. I wonder why Wings of Redemption all of a sudden wants to work with Darkside Phil. I just wonder. You know, DSP, who is doing well, who is hitting all his goals, who is being successful. Gee, I wonder why he would want to collab with him now. Right? So, hate to say it, I don't care. No, I don't want to play Call of Duty with Wings. I don't give a shit. Doesn't help me at all, quite frankly. He had his chance for 3-4 years to respond and be a man. Instead, he just hid in his little fucking cubbyhole over there and didn't want to do nothing. Well, guess what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I stopped caring. I don't get anything by collabing with Wings at all at this point. Seriously, I just don't give a shit. There's no point in wasting time even talking about the guy again. There, you know, especially now I've seen some of the ways he acts. He gets goaded into shit constant goading into stupid toxic shit. Like you can't avoid it. He just falls for it every time. Saying dumb things, regurgitating detractor memes about me that are completely untrue and saying, oh yeah, I know that's true. Whatever, dude. So I just want nothing to do with him. I wish him the best. I hope that he turns his life around, quite frankly. I'll say a few things. I hope that he loses weight. I hope that he finally gets willpower to do something good for himself and his family instead of just sit there and eat fucking fast food on stream the entire day like he does. Just fucking corn puffs in his mouth and fucking eating burgers and fucking drinking soda constantly. It's fucking disgusting. All right, it really is. And I think that's one of the reasons why people watch him is because it's like, wow, the obsession with the morbid obesity, right? They stare at this guy doing it all day. Like, this guy's still doing it. He's still fucking doing it. I can't believe it. You know, it's like crazy that he would broadcast himself acting like that, doing that shit constantly, right? And I hope that he gets out of that. I really do. I hope that he gets confidence in himself at some point in his life where he wants to do better for himself and his family. He's married now. It's not just him anymore. It's him and his wife. And he should really be doing better for himself and his family. If he really loves his wife and cares about that family, he should be taking care of himself, and he's not. All right? So I hope he turns his life around in that regard. I hope that he finds an audience that's not just a bunch of toxic dicks who just want to make fun of him all day. You know? For me, I have a mixed bag. I have half my audience is a bunch of toxic dicks, and the other half is kind of positive. Okay? But yeah, like him, it's all trolls. Like even his moderators troll him. His moderators fool him into saying things, and they regurgitate detractor shit. Like, it's messed up. Like, his whole community around him is toxic, and that's not a healthy place to be. I can understand why he said things like he wants to totally quit streaming and stuff. I get it, right? I do. I get that. But at the same time, when he's saying things like, oh yeah, I'm so glad that I quit Lolcow Live because guess what I did? I went and got McDonald's and I watched a TV show with my wife, and then I slept all day. It's like, wait, what? That's what you did instead of working. Like, don't you understand? That's really bad. That's unhealthy. I mean, maybe the watching something with your wife, okay. But literally when I went to McDonald's and I slept all day, like, holy fuck. Like, that's not, number one, that's not normal. Number two, that's not something you should publicly be bragging about. Like, that's bad. That's really bad behavior. That's anti-living behavior. Get it? It's your body wanting to shut down because it can't fucking operate properly anymore with what you've done to it. It's fucked up. So I get it. It's kind of like people are looking at him in this grotesque way, and that's not right. I feel bad for the guy, genuinely, I do. That's happened to him and that's the life situation he's in. But you got to understand that his behavior is self-fabricated. His behavior is a cycle that he's stuck in. Why doesn't DSP want to do anything with Wings? Well, for 3 fucking years, he ignored me and treated me like shit. Now, all of a sudden, because things aren't going well for him, now he thinks, oh, wait, now if I collab with Phil, it'll benefit me. Well, I don't care anymore. Get it? I wanted it to be nice to you when it was just like us wanting to do stuff together, not that you're desperate like you are. So I don't give a fuck. Really, like, that's messed up. That's pretty underhanded behavior, don't you think? To just be disingenuous for 3-4 years, and then all of a sudden now, oh, now I want to play with Phil. Well, now I don't care. Now you can go fucking sit there and play with your same friend group over and over where you can't even hold 200 viewers. You complain about it every stream. I'm sorry. I just don't give a shit. Okay? You had your chance. There's one situation. If he apologized to me and was like, I'm sorry that I dissed you for like 3-4 years, and I'm sorry if if it looks like I'm trying to take advantage of the situation now, maybe then I would consider. And by the way, he would also have to stop saying dumb, fucked up things about me all day. Like, he literally, his trolls are so, he thinks they're his friends. So they get him to say shit like, would you beat Phil in a fight? And then he's like, oh yeah, Dark Side Phil, I would beat in a fight, kick him in the balls, I do that. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? You're an idiot. You're a fucking moron. Like, no, why? And then, oh, I'm going to join a lobby and play games with Phil now. No, you idiot. You just 5 minutes ago were saying something fucked up about me, and now you think I'm going to join a lobby and play a game with you? You're an idiot. That's the kind of behavior that needs to improve. Literally, this is what the cycle he's in, is that he does the self-destructive behavior. He doesn't understand he did it. Then it destructs, and it's like, woe is me, and he gets depressed. But you're the one who did the behavior. And everyone told you it was the wrong behavior. You did it anyway, and you repeated it over and over and over. The vicious cycle of woe is me. It becomes unbearable. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, quite frankly, I don't care. I'm not playing games with this guy. Unless he changes his attitude and he changes his life, I ain't fucking doing nothing with that guy. Really. What a waste of fucking time. All right. So we got a couple super chats here. We have Gen 9 Platinums with a $10 super chat. I'm new to the community. I say I'm loving it here. I'm glad to be in a great spot that I can support you. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for a $10 super chat. And then he did a $5 super chat and says, I forgot to mention, what's your favorite alien movie? Happy Spooky Month. Like a movie about aliens, or do you mean the series Aliens? If you mean the series Aliens, it's Aliens, the second one. That's the one that has horror, but also action, comedy, good writing, drama. Overall, great movie. To this day, I could watch it start to finish. I love that movie. Thanks for the support. Then we got Ava Cowboy Fan with $5 says, I want a tip. I'm asking the audience if they're more interested in Pokemon Legends ZI or Digimon Story. You think that Digimon is more important. The thing is, here's the thing. With Pokemon, this is an established franchise I have history with. I've now done many Pokemon playthroughs that have been successful. People like to tune into my Pokemon playthroughs for various reasons. For the story, for the Pokemon raising, for the battles, whatever it is, right? I've never did Digimon before. Digimon, I don't know how it would do. I'm not really in a situation where I think, like, it would definitely work. I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm just saying I don't know much about it at all. I would rather do the established thing that I've done and I know works, and people are actually excited to see me play it because it's on Switch 2. The major complaint about the last Pokemon game was it was on Switch 1 and it ran like complete shit. And this one has a chance to actually look like a good game, right? So that's really where I'm headed. I don't think that I would play Digimon and Pokemon at the same time either. Similar franchises. So I don't think that I would do that either. So at this point, just kind of bad timing, and I'm not really interested in Digimon. But I appreciate the $5 super chat. And I will be playing Pokemon ZA when it comes out in a little over a week. Actually, I believe it's the end of next week, or it's actually a week from tomorrow, I think. Right? I think it's a week from tomorrow it comes out. So I'll be playing that. Bono's Tecmo, I agree. The Mexican food I had today was great. It was absolutely tasty, delicious. Loved it. Very, very good dinner. I'm very happy that you guys wanted me to do that. But now we're back to fast food. But in truth, when we did Arby's, it was way better than I expected. So maybe the steak nuggets at Arby's will be good. Maybe not. I guess we'll see. Ministry of Support, thank you so much for a gifted sub over on Kick. I appreciate that. We're now up to 65 bucks of support tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, you know me, I almost never eat Arby's. I only had it the once in the last whole year or whatever it was when I had the burger, and I was shocked at how good it was. I actually forget why we went there, because we didn't go there for the burger. We actually went to Arby's for something else, and I just happened to get the burger, and I loved it. Let's see. Oh, Arby's did a fish and cheese sandwich, and I tried it, and I don't remember if I liked it, but I tried their barbecue bacon burger and the classic roast beef, and I loved the burger. The burger was, like, super good. That's right. Now I'm remembering. Yeah. But the fish and cheese, I don't know if I liked. I don't remember liking it. There you go. So thank you. Jaded, a $5 super chat. Jaded says, haven't been able to catch a live Silk Song stream from work. I love watching them regardless. How you liking it so far? I love it. I love the game. My complaint is really not a fault of the game, but the game really has insanely tough platforming, right? It does. And I just don't have a controller for it. That Elite 2 controller that I'm using, the face buttons are not good enough for the platforming. Like, look at my thumb. Do you see there's a callus on it? I'll show you. Right there in the center. See if I can get it to focus. No. It won't focus on my thumb. But I got a callus right in the center of my thumb right there from the jump button. Because you got to jump, jump, you got to jump. It's crazy. Jump, jump. It's just nuts, right? And trying to freaking actually play the game with that controller hurts. When you're in a tough segment and you got to keep doing it over and over, legit, my thumb is hurting. So I need to get, if I'm going to be playing more indie games that are going to have very challenging inputs like Silk Song, I got to get a better controller. I'm trying to get feedback, like what would be a better controller? I don't know. Some people are saying this 8-bit DOE controller, but I don't know much about it. Like, we need more feedback. Like, what 8-bit DOE controller are you talking about? Because there's a bunch of different ones. So I'd like feedback if you guys know of an 8-bit DOE that's good, or another controller that would be good for platforming. Notably, you got to think back in the day, the hardest platformers were on NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. What controller did you use to play that? The NES pad, right? Why was the NES pad good for platforming? Because it was soft. Meaning when you press the D-pad or you press the buttons, it would have soft feedback. That pad over there has a hard button with a hard feedback. You push it, it's like, If you push it too much, it hurts. It's good for, like, shooters. It's good for basic stuff. It's not good for platforming. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely like some suggestions. If you guys have models or things that I could look into to get a better controller for a game like Silk Song, I'd be all for it. Okay? Did I put a typo in the title of the stream? I don't really care, but what's the typo? Impromptu. Oh, good. There you go. Impromptu. Impromptu. There, I fixed it. I'll fix it on Kick too. There we go. Thank you for telling me. Deadpool. Telling me of my horrendous spelling error. There we go. So it looks like, did Fla Fla Flunky do some kicks? Yes, Fla Fla Flunky did another 100 kicks, right? I don't think I put that on the leaderboard yet. Let's put that up there. And then Gabriel with a $2 super chat. What's up, Phil? How's it going? What's up, Gabriel? We're doing impromptu chill with Phil because sadly, people just are not digging Sonic Racers at all. They were bored. No one was contributing. We couldn't even get to the next racer. No one was picking one, so I said, forget this. The day stream went incredibly well, Ministry of Support. Great progress in Silk Song. We beat Bilewater. We beat an entire other new area as well. What was it? The slag. Went to the slag. We beat the entire slag. Now we grinded a little bit, and we bought a lot of the items that we need to make progress. Next time, we're going to free the guy who's in the cell. He's called the Prince or something. He's in the cell in front of the Sinner's Road or whatever, and I think that's going to open other areas. And then we just got to beat Act 2 and we're on to Act 3. So great progress. Good stuff. We have a new build too. We have this Architect's build, which is really cool. Everything's going well. And we hit our support goal too. We did DSP tries it. So really good, solid first stream. Dark Maggot says, what about the PS5 controller? I have an Xbox. You have to get used to it. It's a bit too small from what I was used to with the PS4 controller. The problem with the PS... All right, let me show you. Hold on. Show and tell, okay? Controller show and tell. All right? I have them all here. All my available controllers that I can play on PC. Okay? So first off, this is the one I'm using. This is the Xbox Elite 2. Okay? I absolutely love the thumbsticks, and I love the fact that they're interchangeable with different styles. I have 3 different styles that I really like, changing game to game. The D-pad, it's good. Not the best D-pad I've ever played on, but it's good feedback. And again, there's 2 styles of D-pad. I prefer the classic, but I've swapped out to the other one too for other games. I love the rubberized grip. I love that it has some weight to it. I really like the feel of the triggers, and I like these bumpers. My one complaint about the pad, I don't like the face buttons. The face buttons are this hard plastic. See, they're hard, transparent plastic. I could actually show it even better. Hold on. Can I show it better this way? They're a very hard, transparent plastic. If the camera will focus. Wow, it doesn't want to focus. Focus, please. Focus, please. What the? It's an auto-focusing camera that doesn't autofocus, apparently. There we go. Well, it did, and then it stopped. Well, I'm about to give up on these cameras. They're all on autofocus. They don't autofocus. There we go. Finally. So you see they're transparent, hard plastic. They hurt your hand. If you're pressing them repeatedly, basically they're like very quick to push. There's no softness or anything under there, and they hurt your hand. They legit do. So they're just not good for this game. For Silksong, that is. Okay, Silksong, you need better than that. Okay? Standard Xbox controller. All right? Okay thumbsticks, not the best. D-pad, not very good, honestly. Face buttons, almost exactly the same as the ones on the Elite. So the standard Xbox controller, definitely out. PlayStation 5 controller, because we're getting all these suggestions, okay? Thumbsticks, not great in my opinion. I actually think that they're worse thumbsticks than the ones on the Xbox controller, just saying. I do like that they have the triggers that, what is it called? The haptic feedback triggers. I do like that. And these buttons, shoulder buttons are fine. Again, for most games, these are fine, but literally these buttons are pretty much almost identical to the ones on the Elite. I would say they're just slightly different. The Elite has a harder click. This one has a little bit of a softer click, but they're still, notice, this weird transparent plastic that doesn't feel good when you have to keep pushing it in tense situations. You know, I would say probably this wouldn't hurt my thumb as much as the Elite controller, but one thing about this controller I don't like, the sides here, when you're playing and your hands, you're getting tense, these get all sticky. Right now, I'm just touching it, and my hand just got sticky just by touching it. This is rubberized. So when you're playing on the Elite 2, your hand never gets sticky. It's a rubberized controller. It's made for extended play sessions. This thing constantly gets sticky. Like, it is annoying in that regard. And not a good battery life. This thing only has like 3 hours of battery, maybe 3.5, and then it starts to die, which is really lame. The one that I like that I can't use anymore is this guy, the Mashinike. Okay, this is the Mashinike G4 V2 Pro. I bought this one a few months ago, and I really liked it. It has the Hall effect joysticks and Hall effect triggers. It has adjustability. It actually has a nice grip, like it has a texture to it. So when you're holding it, it doesn't feel sticky in your hand. It's a light controller, and it has fancy RGBs. But there's a problem. Oh, by the way, the buttons are soft. This button is a very soft button. So if I had to keep doing intense platforming, it would actually not destroy my finger. It's like made for that. But the problem is, this controller keeps having issues with games on PC. For some odd reason, when I try to use this controller, half the games it doesn't work, or it works and all of a sudden a certain button won't work. Like I tried to play GTA 4. Everything worked, but I couldn't draw my weapon. Every other control worked. I just can't draw my weapons. And every game, there's something like that. So I don't know what the hell is the problem with it, that it just doesn't work with every game, but it's very frustrating. So literally, I have 4 controllers This one likely would be the best for Silksong with the soft face button and the actual classic D-pad, but it doesn't work with half the games I play. So I stopped using it. So if there's a controller that's similar to something like this, but actually will work with all the games, that's the controller I want. And people were saying it's 8-bit dough. I don't know. Again, I've never used 8-bit dough, so I don't know if that's the case or not. But if it's 8-bit dough, then that's what I should probably go with. Okay? Okay. Put all this back. I'm not even exaggerating or kidding. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Just by touching that PlayStation 5 controller, my hands are sticky. I don't know why they designed it like that. Like, they didn't even play with it for a few hours to see that it would make your hands sticky. They never bothered. So that's an easy fix that they could do that they haven't. Pretty pathetic. Every other controller has texture. Xbox controller has texture. The Machinike has texture. That one has no texture. It's too smooth, and you just sweat on it. It's gross. Okay. All right, I'm back. Shout-outs. So, looks like Jaded did a $5 super chat. He says, I found you from channels that troll you, but after watching you on a stream a week ago, I've become a fan. You're a cool dude. Well, thank you, Jaded. That's nice of you to say. In truth, what my troll channels highlight does happen, right? Like the things that the troll channels are highlighting off my streams, it happens on the streams. The thing is, a lot of it's always taken out of context, or it's taken as like, oh, that's all he did today. No, I streamed like a ton of time today, and there was one tiny little segment that happened that is what they're highlighting as if that was the end all be all of what I did today, right? Like they'll take this stream and they'll be like, all Phil did tonight was he insulted Wings of Redemption. In reality, I didn't insult Wings of Redemption at all tonight. But that's what they'll title the video. Phil slams Wings of Redemption in a scathing, insult. And then they'll take the segment when I talked about Wings, say, that's all he did tonight. And that's it. They won't say, oh, he played a game, he hung out with his fans and did all that. Like, oh, he just went on stream and just destroyed Wings tonight, right? And they misrepresent me. And then people think, oh, that guy's a real asshole, right? If you're here and you just hang out and you have some fun with me, you get the gist of what the real me is. Now, listen, I'm not perfect. I'm definitely a flawed individual like everyone on earth, okay? I'm working constantly to become better. I'm trying to stay out of drama shit, and I think it's working. So thank you for that. I hope that you are having a good time. If a Cowboy fan tipped at $1.50, says, can we do a poll on if Digimon or Pokemon? No. No, we can't do that. There's no point because I'm not playing Digimon. So if I'm not playing it, there's no point in teasing my audience about it. But thanks for the $1.50. Sorry, I got to put my foot down sometimes, right? Okay. Okay. What's that? The silver lining is 2 new slots opened up in rotation this week. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Bookworm? Fluff Fluff Flunky with 100 kicks. Thank you for Fluff Fluff Flunky. What are we up to now? 80? We're $80 of support, so we're more than halfway to the goal. FYI, guys, I am here for about another 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes or so, depending on how the night goes, if we have a lot to talk about or not. So tag me in the chat if you want to talk. Any contributions, you'll get a nice live shout out and are appreciated. Can we hit our first goal? It would be great if we could. If we get to 1 out of 10 and get towards our new Arby's DSP tries it, that would be amazing. Oh, I see. Bookworm is saying both Silent Hill and Sonic are gone. Silent Hill we finished, and Sonic just didn't work. You're right. So like I said, next week will be fine. We're going to have Battlefield starting on Friday. We're going to alternate between Silksong and Mario on daytime streams. We're going to have Battlefield sometimes on night streams, sometimes on day streams. We're going to have Truck Sim, okay? We may have an opportunity for something bonus next week. I'm not sure. But later on next week, I think it's Thursday of next week, is a Pokemon coming out. So then, I mean, between all of those games, right? Juggling Battlefield, Pokemon, Mario Galaxy, Silksong, some Truck Sim, right? I think that's enough. And then after that, we're going to have Ninja Gaiden 4. We're going to have Tormented Souls 2. So we got a lot coming out this month. You know, next week, we may focus in on only a few games, but then we're going to have way more games in the rotation right after. It's all good. Yes, the Halloween nominations process is still going. If you have not nominated games for the Halloween event yet, please do. Just type !Halloween into either chat right now. It'll bring up the command, or if you're watching this on demand, just go to the posts tab of my channel page on DSP Gaming. Go to the beginning of the month. You'll see there was a post there from early October where you can post up, and please do so. You can also just peruse that thread and just like up a post that already exists to vote up something already is nominated, and it'll count. Okay? Sugar says, knowing you'll never stream Sonic Racing Crossworlds again has me disappointed because you play games to earn subs instead of for the fun of them. Yes, that's called a job. You're aware of that, right? This isn't my hobby. This is my job. I do this for a living. Now, listen, I am a lifelong gamer and I love games, but I'm working. What I'm doing literally right here, this is me making a living to support my family. So I have to be actually earning money and revenue doing it. If people don't like a particular game I'm playing, I have to move on from it. That's called, like, meaningful employment, earning a living. Sorry, that's reality. I'm a small-time guy. I'm not a huge streamer that every time I turn on a stream, thousands of people are watching and I'm making insane amounts of money. I have to do what my audience wants. Okay? Cool. I think I'm going to change the light layout. This one's bothering me. I think the Silk Song, which is white and red, like alternating and pulsating, is actually better than that one. That one's supposed to be like blood flowing or something, but I don't think it looks nearly as good. This is Silk Song. This looks a little better, right? Yeah, see? The white alternating with it actually looks pretty good in my opinion. So we'll go with this. A little better. Kevin says, I don't understand why we couldn't keep playing and maybe the same support would come in. Kevin, listen. I played Sonic 3 to 4 times. Each time I played it, besides the first premiere stream, had almost no interest. No one was engaged. No one was asking for characters. No one was supporting. Literally, I played Sonic Racing tonight for 30 minutes, and I made $20. I just started doing Q&A about 30 minutes ago. Okay, maybe it's 40 minutes now. And already I've made over $50. Do you get it? People would rather hang out with me than see me play Sonic. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? Do I see Xbox reverting Game Pass prices due to backlash? No, but it's funny because they idiotically announced the price changes without researching law, and they didn't find out in certain countries in the European Union, you can't do what they're doing. It's illegal. You can't just change the price and everything like that on the fly without actually providing justification and or like improvement. So I guess there is a law in the European Union. It says a subscription service, if it's going to increase its price, has to actually add added value. And they couldn't prove they were doing that. So they got locked down and shut down in the EU. So everyone in the European Union ended up getting an email saying, so just so you know, in your region, the price isn't going up yet. It might eventually, but it's not yet. So yeah, pretty funny. But I feel like this is going to happen more and more. First of all, people are canceling in droves worldwide. They just don't want to pay more. So that's going to hurt them. And you know what I'm saying? Just so much going on that they're just going to, it's going to shoot them in their foot. They don't know what they're doing. We all know this though. We all know that they don't know what they're doing as a company and they really are imploding. Well, here's the funny part, because Dark Maggot says Xbox needs to go multi-platform 100%. They're destroying their brand by delaying the inevitable. Yeah, but here's the problem, Dark Maggot. What do they have to go multi-platform with? What insanely amazing games has the Xbox platform produced that people would want to buy them on a multi-platform basis? Really, Xbox has one profitable product right now, Game Pass. It's not console, so it's not Xbox Series S or X, right? It's not legacy console sales or game sales. It's not excellent first-party games coming out of all the studios they own. It's literally the Game Pass subscription. That's the one thing making them bank. And now they're screwing with it because they're stupid. So, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling too good about them. And what really sucks is they bought up so many studios. Because you know what's going to happen? Let's say this Game Pass thing is a huge fail and a ton of people cancel Game Pass and now their giant profitability vanishes. Guess what they're going to start doing? Laying off employees, closing studios. And you're going to see studios that you liked and loved and hoped that they were going to make another good game under the Xbox umbrella will just be, everyone's fired. We're laying everyone off, close the studio, liquidate the assets. That's how they are. In reality, who's made all the mistakes? The leadership at Microsoft. Phil Spencer and company are doing all the wrong things, but they're not the ones who are suffering. And that's what I don't understand. If you're a leader and you fail as a leader, why do you keep the leadership and everyone below you suffers. How does that make any sense at all in a company? Why are people not, the shareholders, why are the shareholders not demanding that the Xbox leadership step down because they don't know what they're doing? I'm baffled at that. I would want them gone yesterday if they're acting like this and tanking this company. But I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Dark Maggot says Microsoft buying Activision and then Bethesda is horrible for the gaming industry as a whole. Yeah. You tell me has Activision and Bethesda started putting out better products since Microsoft bought them, or is it the actual opposite? Yeah. Pretty terrible. Well, I understand that. Escanor Sin of Pride says, well, Microsoft doesn't actually need Xbox. They're filthy rich with all the money they make from the software and everything else. No, you're right. But then why even have it exist? And this is the point I'm making. If they keep failing the way they're failing, that's it. All these companies that were doing well before they became a part of Xbox will now actually be closed and go out of business. Do you get that, right? Like they're just going to say, liquidate this one, close this one, liquidate. Bethesda, gone. Activision, gone. Gone. They're going to close them. They own them. They're just going to close them. It's fucked up. What did they do wrong? Yeah, they lost a ton of money putting Call of Duty on Game Pass. Yes, they did, I'm sure. Because not only are they buying the games, but then they're spending all those microtransactions. So now if they're getting the games for free, I think that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I think they thought that basically if they gave the game away for free, people would spend even more money on the microtransactions. But that didn't happen. They did spend money on the microtransactions, but it wasn't like, oh, what a monster increase because they didn't have to buy the game up front. So they took a gamble, and the gamble didn't work. Thank you to Jagged X, who gifted a sub. Thank you to Jagged X for the gifted sub on Kick. What are we at now? 85. Guys, let's get some support tonight. I hope you're enjoying the hangout session, the impromptu hangout session here. Let's go. Let's get some subs. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some kicks. Let's go. Let's get that momentum going. We got it. We can hit it. We're there. Let's hit that goal tonight. Can I type in chat? Yes. There you go. Did the built-in kick notification stop working? What is the built-in kick notification, Dunsfelter? If you mean Kickbot, it never worked. Kickbot has never worked since the day I started using it. I might get rid of it. If I can find an alternative, it seems like Kickbot just doesn't work right. It has commands like Nightbot, but it just doesn't work properly otherwise. It's just very shitty. The one that shows gift sub in chat, I only saw Kickbot announce that sub. Oh, I don't know. So what are you talking about? There's another thing that announces it? I don't know. Well, I think we can all agree there that, yes, games are going the way of movies or TV. It's getting creatively bankrupt, constant remakes, reskins, and shitty sequels. Yeah, we all see that. We all see that. It's sad. Like I said, this gaming season we're in right now, I used to call it the hardcore gaming season. I don't really call it that anymore because it used to be, if you're a gamer, now is the best time of year. You're going to have nonstop high-profile new releases that are going to be coming out, hit after hit, banger after banger. Bethesda, Activision, Ubisoft, EA, Capcom, right? Sony, boom, boom, boom. Big game, big game, big game. You would be so busy this time of year with insane, awesome releases. Now, there are that level of releases coming out. The problem is most of them are underwhelming. Ghost of Yotei, which is literally Ghost of Tsushima, again, with slightly better graphics, mini games, and a plot that's worse than the first game. Wow, I'm glad I waited 5 years for that one. All right? And take a look at all these. Oh, the new Black Ops. It's the same fucking game again. Only it's the same game from 5-6 years ago. With this, it just reskinned to look better, slightly retooled maps. It's the same game again. That's how it's going now. Like, there's no originality. Everything's the same. So you used to have all these new franchises, new games. People were so excited. That's right, Silent Hill F. A game that, it's the new Silent Hill. It's literally not Silent Hill. They just tacked that name on so they could sell another horror game and claim it was Silent Hill, but it's not Silent Hill at all. Yeah, you just can't trust these companies anymore. So instead, you get the next remake, the next repackage, the next HD upgrade, the next game we already sold you 3 times, but now it's better. Creative bankrupt. Yeah, creatively bankrupt. That's a great way to describe the industry. Mia, I've seen this clip. I didn't see the full video because I don't watch Cal at all. I don't watch any of the Cal live shit. I never will. But I saw the clip of Wings viciously and brutally attacking his wife at Fat Camp. Oh, I can't believe it. It was so vicious and brutal. Blood was gushing, exploding like geysers. The worst part is when he reached up, he grabbed his wife by her head and he ripped her head right off with her spine dangling, and it said fatality. That was the worst part. Let me tell you. Now, obviously, I'm making light of it, right? But I think a lot of people go crazy over shit. I don't think he was actually attacking his wife. I think it was just a stupid stunt that they was planning, and it went awry. Like, it didn't go how it was supposed to go. Like, I think he was supposed to attack Keem. It was scripted, and he missed because he's fat and uncoordinated, and he accidentally knocked his own wife over, but luckily she was okay. And because of that, that's why nothing happened. Like, it wasn't like the next day she broke up with him and there was charges filed and a restraining order. I think it was just, oops, I'm fat and I'm like Humpty Dumpty and I've had a great fall and I missed. I don't know what else to say. Like, that's exactly what it looks like. Like, he doesn't really have full control of his body because of his shape and weight, and he accidentally knocked his wife over. He's supposed to be tackling. It looks like he's trying to tackle Wings, but he's trying to get for Keem, but he has, again, he's no coordination, and he just whoops. I will update the goal command tonight for the Arby's Nuggets DSP tries. I will do that. Thank you for the heads up. Right now. Princess Luna with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Princess Luna. Very nice. That gets us up to 91. So here we go. We got some kicks. We got a super chat. Let's get a sub over on Kick. But to answer Princess Luna, you could rewind to find out concretely, but it's this simple, Princess Luna. No one cares about Sonic. Very few, I would say. Like, every time I play it, there's like 10 people who give a crap. And sadly, those people don't always contribute. So I'm playing Sonic. No one's talking about Sonic. I say, hey, let's go. Let's get the next racer. Let's go. No one contributes. I played it for 30 minutes. No one gave a shit. I turned Sonic off. I hung out with the audience for an hour, and we're almost at $100 already. We were at like 20. No one cares about Sonic. It sucks because I like Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I think it's a good game, but no one gives a shit. And I can't make people care about that game. I've tried. Very short-lived, very unfortunate, very disappointing because I would like to play it more. But what can I do, right? What's my favorite workout to do? I don't think I have a favorite. To be honest. The thing is, it's hard. Like every workout, if you're doing it right, it should hurt. And you should get the burn, and you should feel the pump. But it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm super enjoying this. Especially because every time that I feel like it's getting easier, I always up the weight. So that way it's not easy anymore. Like, I always want to be getting to the point where, oh, okay, I just pushed my limit. Now I got to gain out of it instead of, oh, this is just easy now. I'll just keep doing this one. No, I want to keep pushing it. So, New Gene says, how many sit-ups do I do in a workout session? So you don't mean in a set, you mean in a whole workout session? If I tell you how many sit-ups I do, you won't believe me. I'm serious. If I tell you how many sit-ups I'm doing right now, you would never believe me. You would never believe me, so I'm not going to tell you. There's no point. How about this? Let's go. Let's get to $120 to support, and I'll tell you how many sit-ups I do. Let's go. What I need to do is I need to get this arm fully rehabilitated. It's still not. The arm is still messed up. Like I said, 2 weeks ago it was, or just about 2 weeks ago, I hurt it. I think I hyperextended it. And so it is getting better, but still I can't, like this arm, I can go all the way to my chest. I can't pull this arm all the way to my chest. I'm at its limit right now. Like it won't go all the way. And same thing, extending it. I can go this one all the way straight. This one, I can't. Like, that's it. That's limit. I can't pull it all the way straight. So I messed up the elbow. I don't know what I did, whether it was, like I said, throwing trash out at the dump or whatever, but I hurt it. So I have to, like, for example, people keep asking me about push-ups, right? I'm trying them, and I'm slowly easing into doing push-ups, but it's hard because the elbow's messed up. So I got to get this elbow back to 100% so I can go do more stuff. I don't know what I did. I've never had an injury like this before where I can't even move the muscle all the way. I don't know if it's the muscle or the joint. Like, I can't tell, but it just stops. Like, it won't keep going. It's tense. All my muscles then are tense and it just won't go any straighter. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I heard it's bad somehow. It's annoying. Troy, there is no second playthrough of Silent Hill F. I'm not doing it a second time. If you're waiting for that, you're waiting forever. I'm done with it. The one time was enough for me. All right, well, it was still, listen, it looks like we're not going to get any more support, which sucks. It was still a good night. I want to say thanks. Whenever we do impromptu chill with Phil, I'm happy to hang out with you guys. I am. And sorry that Sonic didn't work out. I honestly was very skeptical. Within 2 streams, the game was nearly dead. I'm like, dude, come on. I had a feeling everyone just wanted to see if it was going to be good. In truth, it is good, but I just don't think that kind of game has longevity for me. Like, it never really has. Never have I ever played a Mario Kart game very long or any racing game for very long. So I'm not shocked that this one died so quickly. There are certain multiplayer games that work for longer sessions. For example, Call of Duty, Street Fighter. Racing just doesn't do it, you know? So it is what it is. Thanks for chilling for the last hour, guys. I really appreciate that some of you did support, and we actually almost got to the goal. Very nice of you. And thanks to those who showed up to hang out. Last 5 minutes or so, and then I'm out of here. So last chance to ask me any questions, guys. There is no Peruvian food around here for me to try. No, Mario Kart did not do well. Mario Kart died out and there was nothing left to do. I'm not going back to Mario Kart. And I can't play Mario Kart online anyway because my Ethernet doesn't work. I cannot play multiplayer games on my Switch 2 because the Ethernet's busted. I can't do it. It's impossible. Can't I DoorDash some Wendy's? Sure I could. Why would I do that? I ate a delicious Mexican food for dinner. I'm good for the day. I don't need Wendy's. Yes, the Mexican food today was great. Go watch the episode on DSP Reacts right now. It's at DSP Reacts on YouTube is the address. Go check it out. It's already live. It's a good episode. No, I don't fear for my safety when I go out in public. Trolls hide in basements with their parents and grandmothers. They don't go out in public and do anything. They're losers. I'm not afraid of them. Mia was banned because I guess Mia was insulting me and telling me to go F myself when I went to the bathroom or when I left for a minute there. I don't know why I wasn't here, but people said absolutely it happened. So, yeah. Oh, well. Oh, well. Mia was a LARPer anyway. Mia was already an existing account. Someone came in with a new account name. It's pretty obvious. Troy Smith with a $5 super chat says, well, at least $100 tonight. Thank you, Troy. So now we're at 102. Again, if we get to 120, I'm going to tell you how many sit-ups I do. And then if we hit the goal, I'm going to tell you something even more interesting that you're going to want to know. Will we bring back DSP Throwback sometime? If there was a reason to, if there was a vibe for it. I feel like last year, because I was restoring my old playthroughs for a while, and because I had an increase in viewership and interest in a new viewer base for a little bit there was a good reason to go back and reminisce about the past playthroughs I had done, and it was working. Then we got wrapped up in new content and stuff, and I said, let's give it a rest, which we did. And quite frankly, things haven't slowed down. Like, if you actually look at the stuff I've been doing this year, it's been nonstop. And I think the reason it's nonstop, because I'm a PC gamer now. And since I have so many games I can play on PC that previously I did not have access to, I have infinite gaming content, right? And every once in a while, it's good to do a chill with Phil. Every once in a while, it's good to do something different. Like tomorrow night, we're going to be doing this Lego build of the Lego Game Boy. So if you're interested in that, everyone come back tomorrow night for a really awesome Lego late night stream. Dual cameras and everything. It's going to be really cool. Okay? But in general, the gaming is doing very well. You know, the thing that I was directly told by PPP would never work. He's like, you can't just play games. That's old. That's old thinking. No, you have to do drama content. Drama content's where everything is at, the money is at, everything is at. You could never be successful playing games. That's what he told me. I have to drop playing games. There's no way it'll ever work. Whatever you say. Anyway, so yeah, so we've been having a great year. So the thing is, hey, if stuff ever slowed down, if people got tired of me constantly playing games and we're looking for some different content, we want to go back to reacting to my old stuff, do some throwback content. I'm down for it. The channel's still there. You know, there's nothing stopping me from going and doing it. But I just don't see the point at all. I don't see the point of going back to do it right now when we're so busy, right? All right. Well, I got to get out of here. I can't be here all night. All right. All right. Well, it was a good night. Thank you all for chilling. And I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me. I really do. Sorry again, another game that sadly didn't work. It's a lot of these games that they have potential. We play them and they just don't click with the audience. There's nothing I can really do about it. On the flip side, you get games that have been clicking like crazy, right? Like Silk Song's been one of the biggest surprise hits that I think I've done all year. I never expected that it was going to do as well as it's done. And it did superb. So, all right. Thank you guys for chilling. Thanks for a great chill with Phil. I'll see you next time and I'll see you soon.